Oliver and the rest of our friends in Fairbanks, Alaska. I am going to go over the setup of this equipment pretty quick to provide a better explanation than what you and I just discussed during the Zoom conference. First thing you're going to do is put your table clamps, your post clamps on the table somewhere near where the flap of the Pannus begins, usually around the hip, maybe a little higher. Once you get that side on, you're going to come around and put the other on, and you have to make sure that these two posts are lined up. They don't have to be perfect, but they have to be very close. Once you get those into position, you take your top posts and put them on. And then you're going to take your center coupler piece. This connects the two sides. And you're going to put that on after you put the rotating extender bars on. So go ahead and put your rotating extender bars on. Go all the way to the outside. Make sure that you put both on. I like to put that tightening knob toward the back, because if it's in the front, they might hit their lights on it. So go ahead and slide that all the way over. Now you're going to put the coupler bar on. Now you're not going to be standing in the middle of the table, so you'd be over here, you'll slide this piece on, and then you'll walk over to the other side of the table, or there can be somebody here that will just pull it over. And then there are alignment marks here you're going to line it up with and tighten these down. These have to be tightened down into a detent on the top to make sure that they're securely fastened. All of these need to be tightened down into detents. Detents are these pieces here that you can see. People call them holes. They're not holes because they don't go all the way through, so they are detents. That's what we need to be tightened down into. Once you get this set up, you're going to take your ratchet assembly, put it onto your rotating extender bar. Make sure that the handle is toward the outside of the table, because that's how you're going to be manipulating this. I put it somewhere near about 3/4 down. Line it up between the alignment marks, tighten it down into a detent. Same thing for the other side. Handle toward the outside. Go ahead and lock that into place. Now you can see these rotating extender bars, as I mentioned, they rotate. Reason is, first of all, you can move it out of the way if you need to, but also it gives you better angles of retraction if need be. So you can angle it to where you want it to be and then tighten it down. There's a tightening knob on the top. Then you would connect your AHAB bar, which is what you're going to lower to the Pannus itself. You're going to put a number of towel clips on each side. I would say maybe 3 and 3, so a total of 6 on each side. Bring 3 into each one of these snap clips, and then you're going to retract the Pannus. Now, as I had mentioned, we used to rent the system, and every system we rented included 3 of these, so there would be 1 in the center. And there would be 1 AHAB bar in the center as well, so that would give you 3 different points of retraction. And that's how we rented it, so that's how we used it. And in every case that I've done, we use 3. It will work with 2. Of course, it works better with 3. My concern is if the Pannus is very large and we're pulling on both sides and we don't have retraction in the center, we might have it kind of droop down in the middle, which would make it harder to dissect. But we'll find out, hopefully, at some point. So that's how you set this equipment up. That's how you use it. That's the benefit of having this centerpiece. You and I discussed briefly that you can maybe start to the left, or maybe the patient's right, and you can lift it and dissect this way, and then move that over here and lift this, so you've got a center and a side on both. The surgeon will know best, obviously, when they're retracting and how they want to dissect the Pannus. But that's the equipment. If you have any, obviously, further questions, please call me. There are other setup videos that are much more detailed online, as well as the procedure videos that I sent you. Thanks again for considering us for this procedure. I wish I could be more helpful. All right, have a good afternoon.